God fucking damn it, guys. So I just record this whole fucking not the whole episode, but I got in a decent way in. But because my phone shuts off when my eyes aren't directly on the goddamn screen, it's fucking annoying. It turned it off, stopped the recording, and I can't edit the recording together because I don't have any fucking editing software. Oh, god damn it. This is... God fucking Jesus Christ. Alright. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna do the heroes versus... Okay, fucking... So, where we last left off, it was the end of the first day of school. Fuck it, if I said man, I got expelled, he didn't. I don't give a fuck. So, for the heroes versus villains, Deku, I'm not gonna go into it at all. I already did. I spent a lot of time on it. Pissed off at it. So, I'm just gonna fucking give you a very short rundown of what happened. Deku's outfit is all black suit, except for the shoes. Okay, so he wears a black black jacket, suit jacket, a red vest. No, he wears a black suit jacket with red cuffs on the end and a red collar. He wears a black suit vest, a red tie, a red undershirt, red gloves, a red belt, and red and black shoes. Dress shoes, I should say. So, Deku. So, it just goes like this. Deku's teamed up with Jiro. The opposite team is Bakugou versus Bakugou and Mina. How it works is that right when they walked into the building, Deku pulled Bakugou through the floor, knocking him out. He then summoned demons to grab the bomb, break it through all the floors, and carry it to him so he can just touch it. I had that entire thing already set out, but I'm pissed right now, if you couldn't tell. So I'm going to go right on to the USJ and then the sports festival. Also, there's going to be a second upload today of this. You're going to get part 3. That's going to be covering the whatchamacallits, the All For One fight. That should be covering the All For One fight. Whatever happens after that, I don't really remember. You'd think after doing all these what ifs I would remember, but I'm fucking stupid. And after I get done with this same Deku with the same quirk is going to be in a different series, which I think you're also going to like. So, Deku. Oh, they arrive, they walk in. I think it's Uraraka that fangirls over 13, but she does. She fangirls over 13. And then Deku looks to the center, sees all the villains pop out, right? And he says to Aizawa, "Hey Aizawa, look, we got villains." Kirishima says what he says. Kirigiri teleports them all in different places. Deku gets left on the stairs because because he didn't do anything, he didn't move, he didn't try to fight, he just stood there and watched. Deku summoned a cane that he's holding it in both hands in front of him. Kirigiri is weirded out by this because he's not doing anything. I'm sorry I'm rushing through this, but I am very upset. And I mean very upset. Right now. And I don't want to do... And I just lost all motivation, so I'm doing this out of pure spite. So everything happens like normal, except on the boat. Sue and Mineta, Deku isn't there to help him. They find their own way off. Everything goes similar, and he's just watching everyone in his follies. The Nomu comes out with Shigaraki, and then And Nomu starts beating Aizawa up. Deku then says, oh well, time for me to get involved. And he starts walking down the stairs. Kirigiri says, stop right there. Deku goes, why? Kirigiri just says, I left you here because you didn't seem like you were that strong. And you didn't seem like the type to fight. So I would prefer not to have you get hurt yourself. Because you seem so nice. And Deku goes, oh, thanks, but no. His horns get slightly smaller, and Kirigiri gets slammed to the ground. Deku's walking down the stairs. And he gets up to, and there's all the villains there, right? Deku just snaps his fingers, his horns get slightly smaller. And all the villains, right, they would run into him, and when they go to swing, they get stopped about, 5 feet, 3 feet away from him. And so what he did was he gave himself the ability to summon up a invisible force field around him. Of 3 feet. Anyways, Deku walks through all these villains and he sees the Nomu. Right? He's looking at it and he goes, this guy's gonna be tough. Fuck it. Snaps his fingers and Nomu seizes up. All the bones in his body shatters. He falls over. And his heart gets slowly squished from an invisible type of pressure. Shigaraki goes, what the fuck is going on? And he just sees Deku walking towards him. And Deku is still a ways away, right? And Shigaraki goes, that little shit. Starts scratching his neck. Deku then snaps and summons a suppressed Glock 9. And he has it in his hands, right? But it's just behind his leg. As he's walking towards Shigaraki, he slowly raises it up, kind of like Hitman style. Nobody notices. Other than Shigaraki, right? Shigaraki, his eyes widen, and Deku pulls the trigger. Suppressed, and the gun goes off, right? But it's completely suppressed. The bullet goes out, and it just so happens to miss what little villains are in between him and Shigaraki, hitting Shigaraki straight in the chest and then the lung. Deku then walks up to Shigaraki, looks at him, looks down at him, while holding the Glock 9, he's looking at it. He just drops it. He bends down to Shigaraki and reads Shigaraki's soul. Shigaraki is completely red. Also, Deku can't see his own soul, so he can't tell if his soul's a green soul, a greenish white soul, a white soul, a reddish white soul, or a red soul. He can't tell. When he looks at himself, it's black. That doesn't mean anything. People without souls are covered in a gray. He has black, which he just assumes that that means that he can't read his own soul. Or it's unreadable. So Shigaraki is starting to cough up his own blood. And he's starting to hold his chest, right? And he goes, you little shit. Fucking brat. Fucking shot me. How are you gonna become a hero? Like this. Fuck. Coughs up some more blood. Deku kneels down and says, oh, that doesn't look like it's gonna heal too well. Right? And he puts his hand on Shigaraki's chest, right near the bullet wound. He says, that looks like it hurts really badly. As he shoves his finger in the bullet wound, starts pushing it in, twisting it, and starts bending his finger, stretching out the bullet wound. Shigaraki goes, fuck you little shit! Grabs a hold of Deku's face. Deku just looks at him. His face is completely fine. Shigaraki goes, what the fuck? He then drops his hand, reaches over for the Glock, grabs it, puts it up to Deku's head, pushes it on Deku's head, then pushes Deku's head back, pulls the trigger. It doesn't go off. He looks at it, pulls it again and again, and he's like, what the fuck? Deku then goes, oh well. Grabs hold of the Glock, pulls it out of his hands, and says, you know what, Shigaraki? If you give me your soul, I'll heal up your wound and make sure that you don't die. Shigaraki goes, really? Oh, shit. Deku goes, you don't really have much of a choice. It's either you die, or you give me your soul. Shigaraki goes, fine. They shake hands. Shigaraki pulls his hand back, looks at it as it catches fire, and puts it out. And then he looks down at his stretched out bullet hole wound. As the bullet comes flying out, the skin heals back up, and he's... No. As the bullet comes out shortly after, all the blood, like congealed blood, is coming out of the wound, and then it heals up. Shigaraki's like, what? Kid, what the fuck? And then as he looks up at Deku's standing fully up with a devilish grin on his face, as he kicks Shigaraki right in the chin, breaking it and knocking him unconscious. Deku, then holding the pistol, while still holding the Glock, looks over and just throws it out as far as he can. And then walks over to Aizawa and flips him over and looks at Aizawa and says, hey, Aizawa, how are you doing? Aizawa goes, you fucking get me out of here. Deku goes, alright, and just picks up Aizawa, carries him out, and sits him down, right, up at the very front of the USJ. Deku then says, let me help you out with something. Aizawa goes, what is it, kid? Deku snaps his fingers. Aizawa then regains sight. See, because I'm going to say he lost his sight. Not completely. He could still see, but, like, he couldn't see right after it. If he would have gone to the hospital, he would have been able to see afterwards, but he would have had, like, reduced vision. He would have had to blink a lot more. He would have had a head injury, too, which would have made him blink even more than his damaged eyes. But Deku completely healed up his eyes, making it to where he can stare for longer, actually, and removing his dry eye issue. As the ambulance comes and takes Aizawa and anyone else, All Might comes in and things like that. USJ goes normal. The kids get a week off from school. They all get moved into the dorms. Shigaraki got arrested, so did Kirigiri. So while they're over this time, Deku gets very friendly with people, talking to them, reading all their souls. Absolutely not a single one of them is reddish white or red. All of them are either white. The lowest that he's seen someone, other than Bakugou, is greenish white. Bakugou is pure white. He wants to be good, but he's also kind of doesn't mind going over the top to beat someone down. He's all in it for the fight, for fighting and stuff. He was also bullied, so that doesn't make him really too good of a person. So he's white, neutral. Mineta is greenish white. Everyone else is pure green. So Deku kind of thinks, well, I can't really take any of these kids' souls. Bakugou, other than Bakugou and Mineta. And Uraraka. Uraraka's a greenish white too. Deku thinks to himself, there's not too many souls for me to take here. Deku, while hanging out with everyone, gets very familiar. Friendly, becomes friends with most of them. Now we're going to go ahead and get to the sports festival. Yay! So, when it starts off, right, they all show up. Deku's in his uniform. And it is time for the sports festival. They do the whole thing. Bakugou, instead of Bakugou, it's Deku who comes up and gives a speech. While walking up to the stand, he walks up to midnight, right? And as he's walking up to her, he gives her a slight wink and a smile. Because of the outfit. And he whispers, nice outfit. That kind of made her blush a little bit. And she goes, Deku then walks up to the mic, grabs it, and gives a pretty good speech about how they should try their best. And that they should give it their all. No matter what. That was a very shortened version. I'm not good at speeches. Deku doesn't say that, though. Deku then walks down, right? Kaminari says, that was a kind of a bad speech, man. Deku goes, I'm not good at those. Kaminari says, yeah, I noticed. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the race. During that, right, Todoroki freezes everyone. Deku kind of is like, oh no. Anyways, his horns get slightly smaller. And he's at the finish line. 10 million points. And they just say, Izuku Midori is at the finish line. First place. Right? They're like, what the fuck? Wait, does that guy just have teleportation? That race wasn't really fair to anyone else. I don't know. So, everyone gets their same places that they normally would. Deku, looks around, right, and he walks around everyone. And some of the Class 1B kids who do know Deku's quirk and so they all sell their... these kids walk up to Deku, right? And they're like, Deku, we'll give you our souls if you let us win. If you can make it to where we win. Deku goes, I don't know about winning, but I can make sure you at least have a good chance of winning. You go, oh, alright. And so he temporarily enhances all their quirks. Like, yeah, woohoo. Deku then thinks to himself, those bastards. His horns grow slightly smaller as he weakens the buffs he gave them. Not back to where they normally were. They were still buffed, but not massively like they were. Like they were. So now it's time for the Cavalry Battle. Deku does not take anyone. He instead summons these 3 demon creatures. They look. So imagine this thing, right? Except without the branches, without the horns, and instead of it glowing, it was just completely black and like dark. Its mouth didn't have all these cracks. Its mouth was completely smooth, shut, and its eyes were just hollow and black. It's completely black, right? And he said, "These will be my riders." And everyone's like, "You really just gonna do it all by yourself?" Deku goes, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this all by myself." So, Deku goes, so now it's time for the Cavalry Battle. I should have said that. Wait, no, did I? I don't remember. So, Cavalry Battle time. Deku wins. I'm going to say how. He would make a bunch more of these creatures go out and start attacking people. Because, in the anime, if you got knocked off and hit the ground, you got disqualified from the Cavalry Battle. So, they just went around doing their best to knock people off. And it actually won. It actually worked. They knocked off a bunch of people, disqualifying them. Nobody was able to get close to Deku. Force field, remember? And he extended it out to cover himself up, so everyone would hit into him and just hit. So a few of them might break their nose, and then they would bounce off. So Bakugou, right, tried using explosions on Deku by putting his finger into a tiny circle and putting his other hand over it, blasting through it, trying to pierce it, right? Didn't pierce it, would just bounce back at him and hit him in the face, burning his face a tiny bit. Not even a tiny bit, it wouldn't burn him, but it would hurt like hell. Deku won that too. And for the 1v1s, it's time for Deku versus Shinso. Right, they walk out. Shinso starts saying a lot of stuff about Deku, like he would in the anime, except he said, "Your quirk is so strong. You have to do whatever you want. You're so damn lucky." Looking down on all of us, and that's when Deku has an evil grin grow on his face. This kind of slightly disturbs Shinso. And then Shinso says, "What, you're looking down on me? Huh? Because my quirk's not as strong as you?" Deku's horns get slightly shorter, and Deku goes, "No, that's not why I'm looking down on you, Shinso. That's not why." Shinso laughs, says, "Now you've lost. Walk out of the ring." Deku goes, "Why would I do that?" Shinso's like, "Walk out of the ring." Deku's like, "I heard you didn't answer me, Shinso. Why would I walk out of the ring, huh? Is it because you told me to? Is it because you used your quirk on me and tried to get me to walk out of the ring? Huh, Shinso? Because that's not going to work." Shinso goes, "You bastard." Runs at Deku. Deku, right, he's smiling the entire time. He's got the most evil type of smile on his face. He just dodges all of Shinso's punches. Doesn't even try to fight back. Shinso says, "You're making fun of me, huh? Looking down on me? You've always looked down on me because I'm just part of Class 1B. Because my quirk wasn't as powerful as yours, huh? You're all the same." Deku then says, "No, Shinso, that's not why I'm looking down on you. I don't care that you are very weak. What I care about is the fact that you started acting like this. Beforehand, I thought you could make a great hero, but now, you'll just be a disappointment." And then he says, "Because you see, no true hero would act like you do. You had a great promise, but you threw all that out when you started acting like a dumbass." Still dodging all of Shinso's punches, and goes, "Shinso, do yourself a favor, walk out of the ring. Because I've completely disabled your quirk for the rest, as long as this match goes on. You are essentially fighting quirkless without any knowledge on how to fight quirkless. You cannot win. You are just going to tire yourself out. You're not going to get it. You're not going to land a single punch on me. I'm not going to break a single sweat. I'm not going to get tired. All you're going to do is feel embarrassed and exhausted." Shinso is just getting super pissed and says, "You shut up!" And he goes to punch Deku in the face. Deku just kind of turns his head. Shinso then tries to knee him. Deku then teleports behind him and says, "Too slow, too slow, too slow." Shinso then goes to sidekick Deku. Deku just jumps out of the way, right? Just letting Shinso tire himself out. And then Shinso is so tired, right? He collapses to his knees and is like, "You bastard." Trying to insult Deku, and Deku goes, "Huh." Kneels down in front of Shinso's face and goes, "Well, Shinso, I thought you had more in you than this. Are you really just that weak? Huh. I guess there is no hope for you." Shinso goes, "Of course there's hope for me. I'm not an evil bastard like you." And Deku goes, "Me? No, I'm not evil. I'm just honest. Unlike you about yourself. Now, you'd probably have more of a fighting chance if you actually train on yourself and learn how to fight. You're never going to become a hero like that. Or the way you're acting right now. So I recommend you take some of this to heart, Shinso. Otherwise, leans in and whispers in his ear, you don't belong in UA. Shinso sighs. He then goes for an uppercut at Deku. Deku just steps back, kicks Shinso in the face. Shinso goes flying back, still conscious, right? And he tries to stand up. That's when Deku grabs Shinso by the back of his collar, drags him to the outskirts of the arena, and throws him out. Deku then looks at Shinso and says, Take what I said to heart, buddy. Because we both know that it's true. And walks away. So, everything goes the same. Todoroki versus Deku Fight. Deku doesn't really give a fuck about Todoroki and his history, because he doesn't know anything about Todoroki being abused. He just thinks it's hilarious that Todoroki's gonna take it easy on him. Todoroki says, I'm only gonna beat you with my fire style. Deku goes, no, you're not. You're not going to beat me at all. You're not going to win either. Even if you used your fire side, you still wouldn't win against me. Todoroki goes. The ice glacier stops a literal centimeter away from Deku's eye. Deku looks at Todoroki and says, bye-bye now. Snaps his fingers and Todoroki gets sent flying out of the ring. Todoroki's like, what the fuck? How is that even fair? Shouts out at Deku, and Deku goes, and how is it fair that you were only using your ice on me, huh? How is it fair that you weren't going to actually give a fuck about this damn fight, huh? How is it fair that you were going to call yourself a goddamn hero when you weren't going to give a fuck about it? Now shut up and stop complaining. As Deku walks away, leaving Todoroki there like, oh damn. Everyone's kind of like, shit, man. Deku walks back. Todoroki then confronts Deku about his quirk, saying, there's gotta be some reason why to do your quirk. Deku goes, there isn't. I was born like this. I can make anyone like me if I chose to, but I'm not going to. I can enhance your strength. I can enhance your quirk 10 foot, 30 fold if I wanted to. But I'm not going to. Todoroki kind of just calls bullshit, saying, there's no way you were just born with a strong quirk. And Deku goes, and there's no way you were just born with such a bland quirk. Todoroki's like, what the fuck? And Deku goes, there's no way that All Might was born with such a strong quirk. There's no way that there's no way that Aizawa just so happened to have a quirk canceling quirk become a hero. There's no way that there's no way that Shinso had such a possibly strong quirk. There's no way that Bakugou was born with the perfect combination of quirks. Shoto, get over yourself. You're weak without your fire. You're weak with only your ice. And you're still going to be weak if you use both. If you were to use both sides. If you keep acting like that, nobody's going to take you seriously. Sorry. Let me rephrase my words. Nobody's going to want you in UA. Nobody's going to want you as a hero when all you care about is showing up your father. Alright, Shoto? Now, get out of my face. As Deku walks away, leaving Todoroki kind of like, holy fucking shit. And actually, no. Fuck that, man. Where the fuck did my charger go? Fuck it. So, after that, Now it's time for Deku versus Bakugou. The second that midnight says a round starts, Bakugou blasts towards Deku with a kick. With the flying punch. Deku just grabs a hold of his punch and then turns around, throwing Bakugou out of the ring, but Bakugou blasts himself just in time. And that's when Deku puts a force field around the ring, completely around it, right? Bakugou blasts himself towards the ring. That's when Deku put a force field around himself that was ring wide, making it to where Bakugou couldn't be in the ring at all. Bakugou would hit it and go, fuck my face! Was about to fall down, touch the ground, blast himself up on top, land on the top of the force field, slide off, right? And he's like, what the fuck did you do, nerd? Take down this force field so we can really fight. Deku goes, alright then. Takes down the force field, Bakugou, he does a flying kick at Deku. Deku just holds out his hands. Bakugou goes slamming into the ground outside of the ring, making Deku win. I'm sorry this is rushed, but Deku doesn't like to fuck around in fights. So what came after the sports festival? Isn't it like the whole Heroes licensing exam thing or whatever, the training camp? Actually, it's a training camp. What am I thinking? Hero licensing? Deku, gets first place, and he gets as many of the, whatever it's called, as the wanted internships as possible. So, Deku goes... So, Aizawa does that whole thing. Deku goes with, what's his face? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say that, he got an internship with Mirko. Mirko really thought of Deku, liked Deku, right? Deku thought she was very cute, right? And he kind of liked her personality. It was fiery and feisty. Deku kind of liked that. There's not too many of those type of heroes around. So Deku's like, I'll go in. I'll intern with her. I'll do an internship with her. Type thing. It was basically the ones where Deku went with Gran Torino. So Deku arrives at Mirko's internship. I'm gonna say with Mirko there's only, I'm gonna say how many people would be there from 1A? Fucking hell, from 1B. I'm gonna say that Shinso is there with, who else would be there? Definitely not Mineta. I don't know. I'm gonna just say screw it and say that fucking screw it, I don't know. Some of the kids from 1B are there. Deku shows up, right? Shinso immediately recognizes Deku. Because, he's not hard to notice. You can obviously tell that it's Deku. Walks in, and he has a cane in his hand. No other kid has a fucking cane in his hand. Or no kid just walks around with a cane like that. With his style and his smile that he has. And so Mirko walks up to Deku, greets him with a handshake, saying, I don't know what Mirko would say. Yeah, she just greets him. Deku shakes her hand back. They don't really do too much. They just mainly just do normal stuff that you would do in a normal internship. Go out on patrols. Deku would stop a few villains. Shinso would try to fight Deku every now and again when Mirko wasn't around, so that way they wouldn't get in trouble. Deku would just not say a word to him while just dodging all of his attacks until he got tired and just walk away from Shinso. And during all this time, though, Shinso made sure to train his body. Well, since Deku's in Mirko's agency and not Night Eyes, the person who's going to be interning with Night Eye instead of Deku is wait, have I given one for all to anyone? This is a very dumb question, I feel like. I don't remember who I gave one for all to. If I even did give one for all to anyone. Or am I thinking of another what if I'm doing right now? Wait, no, I think I gave one for all to, never mind. So I'm just gonna, fuck it. Someone went, I don't know who went with fucking Night Eye. If I gave it to someone, whoever I gave it to went with Night Eye. So Deku, right, Mirko gets a call from Night Eye because you know the whole thing with Mirio bumping into Overhaul and that whole thing happens. And so they're told to go meet up with them, and so they do. And then they plan the raid on the Overhaul agency. Wait, no. Oh my god, I just went to season fucking 4. Like I said, this wasn't the whole internships with, that it was with Night Eye. Fuck, I'm a dumbass. I'm so sorry, guys. I almost did what I did in my Sans What If, where I just completely went to season 4, skipping over all of season 3. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm a dumbass. So, you know what? Fuck that. Nope, that never happened. None of that shit happened. Deku just went with Mirko for that whole thing. During the Hosu City attack, right, Deku was walking around when he spotted Stain and, Ida, right? I don't really remember how this one went, so this one's gonna be quick, because I don't remember how it went. So he sees what's going on with Stain and Ida. Deku then just Stain, all of a sudden he hears a clack, 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 clack. And looks out down the hallway to see someone walking down with a cane. Stain draws his sword, sensing a strong presence from someone strong. As Deku appears in the light, right? And Ida goes, Izuku, get out of here! And whatever, just trying to get him out of here, saying, whatever, don't let him cut you if you're gonna fight him. And Deku goes, looks at him, right? And Deku's cane has a snake that spirals up it. And so while they're talking, the snake comes alive and slithers down the cane ever so slowly. Right? And then it goes into the shadows and starts slithering up to Stain. Deku then takes a step at Stain. Stain then draws his sword again and points it at Deku. Says, don't move, kid. Deku goes, Alright. Well, you really should move because you're about to die. Because you're about to get highly lethal poison. She's like, what? Looks down to see the snake on Deku's king was a black mamba. It bites into Stain's calf. Let's go. After injecting a bunch of poison, let's go. Slithers up and bites into the back of his knee. Stain then cuts off its lower half, rips out its jaw, right? And goes, ah, fuck! Holding his leg, because Stain doesn't have any resistance to poisons. Deku then walks up to Stain and says, you're about to die, Stain. You know this, right? Stain's about to die. When Deku's like, oh well. Snaps his fingers, paralyzing Stain but keeping him alive, and Stain's like paralyzed. He then walks over to Ida, snaps his fingers again, his horns get shorter, and Ida becomes perfectly fine. He then walks over to a native. He's like, oh, well, that's gotta be bad. Calls up an ambulance. An ambulance comes along, takes a native, and Ida got fully healed. From Deku. Ida's also beating the shit out of Stain. The pro heroes come to get rid of what's his face, Stain. At the end of the Stain thing, the whole Hosu City thing didn't really go too bad. Didn't really go that bad. No, it went basically the same, except for Deku didn't get fucked up during a fight with Stain. Deku, now we're gonna go on to the whole training camp. So they're all told about the training camp. Deku doesn't really care for it. They go on the bus, they get there, everyone thinks that it's like a little sort of a pit stop. Deku's like, I don't think so, guys. Deku goes, they all say, what do you mean? Deku's like, oh well, see you at the camp. Snaps his fingers. Deku's completely fucking gone. They're like, what? As the wild pussycats pop up, right? And they say what they say. Then they then drop everyone down into the forest. Like, fuck. Is that what that brat meant? Bakugou says. Damn nerd. How did he already know? Shit. He gets pissed off. So Deku's just sitting there with his cane, right? While the pussycats are there, Deku's just wandering around the place, examining it, right? Then they're like, wait, hold on. How the hell did you get here? Wait. Are you a student? Aren't you a student of 1A? Of UA? Deku goes, yep. I saw through what you guys were gonna do, and I decided to teleport myself here. Deku goes, this is a really, really nice place you guys got. Starts looking around. And they're just kind of surprised that Deku's so calm about everything, and they're like, wait, why do you have a cane? Deku goes, why wouldn't I have a cane? Snaps his fingers, his hero outfit pops on, and he goes well with my hero outfit, don't you think? Looks at it. And they ask him, so what's your quirk, Izuku? Deku goes, I'll keep my secrets, you keep yours. Like, wait, what? Deku just walks away. Like, wait, kid, wait. Deku's like, I want to go check out something. Like, fine. Deku goes up onto this cliff where he meets Koda. Doesn't even say a word to Koda. Just looks over it and says, This is a really beautiful view. Koda doesn't say anything to Deku. They just sit there for a while, staring at the view. Right, Deku goes, well, I should be getting back now. Koda looks at Deku like, why did he even come up here? Figured he was going to talk to me like everyone else. Deku teleports back. Everyone teleports back. About 5 minutes later, everyone comes through, and they all point at Deku and go, "You bastard!" Deku's like, "What?" Like, "You left us! We could have helped! No, sorry, you could have helped!" Deku's like, "Yeah, you're right, I could have. But I didn't want to. Like, why did you just leave?" Deku's like, "Because I didn't want to help. It was going to be tiring, and I don't like being tired." Like, "Well, you could have at least warned us." Deku says, "Yeah, I probably should have thought about that." And they all say, "Or you could have taken us with you." Deku goes, "No, I don't know about that." And they all go, "Ah." The Wild Pussycats show up and they say that they made them dinner or whatever. And then they say, "Except for Izuku. Because you didn't have to go through the whole forest, you don't get any dinner. You have to make your own." And they all laugh at Deku. Deku goes, "Alright then, be that way." Sits down and everyone else has got a food plate. They all share Deku. Deku rubs his hands together, snaps. And this absolutely gourmet, delicious, beautiful looking food appears in front of him. Deku goes, "Alright, time to dig in." Everyone like, "That looks better than what we got." Deku goes, "Yes, it... Oh, don't... No. It doesn't look better. It is better." Deku eats it, and everyone looks at Deku with hate and jealousy. Like, "You bastard. You didn't even go through what we went through. You haven't seen the things I've seen, kid." Deku doesn't care. So, most of the training camp goes the same. They train and stuff. Deku doesn't really even train. They threaten Deku with training. Deku's like, "Alright, fine then. Give me more training." Deku does training, but, like, doesn't do it properly. He doesn't, but, like, it doesn't tire him out at all. Deku doesn't even need to learn how to fight. Because, like, why would he? He's motherfucking Izuku Midoriya. His quirk cannot get stronger. It cannot get weaker. It is already fucking broken. And Deku's like, "Wait, hold on. Why haven't I thought about this before?" He thinks for a second. His horns shrink down a tiny bit, and he goes, "There we go. Little safety net for me." So Deku walks out of the building. Walks away from the training camp one day, right? And is looking out into the forest. He's like, "Got a bad feeling about tonight." They then get told about how they gotta go through the forest with all the whatchamacallits. Class 1B scaring them. Deku's like, "Well, I'm gonna do something different. Instead of Class 1B scaring 1A, it's 1A scaring 1B. There we go." So Deku's like, "I've got the perfect plan." Like, "So Deku, what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Mine would be at the very end." Not the very end, because mine will be halfway, towards the beginning, actually. "Really? Okay, what is it?" Deku goes, "It's gonna be extremely extreme, but nobody's gonna get hurt." Like, "Really, Deku, tell us now. Deku, what is your plan?" Deku goes, "Oh, nothing." Just gonna make sure they get a good scare, is all. So that happens. Class 1B gets slightly scared and stuff. Right now, so I'm going to say that Class 1B got completely separated into a bunch of groups during this. Now, the people who run into Deku, these poor motherfuckers. Monoma. I forgot that girl who always smacks Deku on the back of the head. I like her a lot. I forgot her name, though. and then Vine Girl. Alright, and so they're walking, and that's when Deku appears behind a very thin twig, right? It's like this very thin twig tree. It's like about 2 centimeters thick, right? You can obviously see that if someone was behind it, you could see them plain as day. They're walking, right, and then Deku just steps out from behind it, like, it's like, holy fucking shit. It's like someone hiding behind a fucking, I don't know. It's like someone hiding behind a glass door. You would imagine that'd be obvious, but, like, imagine someone coming out from behind a glass door. But you couldn't see them before they came out, right? And they're like, holy fucking shit. And they're like, what? They go, you've already ruined the scare factor. Deku goes, oh, no, I haven't, actually. He looks at Monoma and looks at all and goes, you know what? I don't think you all are actually even fit to be heroes. Like, you're meant to scare us, not insult us. Deku goes, I'm sorry. But, I don't think you all are good enough. You don't even deserve to be in your way. And they all get kind of mad, and Deku goes, oh well. Let's get this over with. Snaps his fingers. The Vine Girl's hair goes completely normal. She goes, what? Huh? Monoma's like, oh well. Let's go, Deku. Charges at Deku, right? Touches Deku. I'm gonna say that in this one, Monoma just has to touch you in order to copy your quirk, right? Monoma does it right and goes, let's see how your quirk works. Tries using, he's like, what? Huh? Deku goes, well, first of all, in order to use my quirk in the first place, you need a soul. Second of all, I've permanently removed all your quirks. I don't think you're fit to be in UA, and I'm gonna make sure you don't come back to UA. Like, what? You can't do that. Deku goes, I'm pretty fucking sure I can. He goes, so they all keep on trying to fight Deku, right? And they're all kind of like scared, like, did he actually take them away permanently? And if you're wondering, yes, Deku permanently took their quirks away. So they start trying to fight Deku, and Deku goes, oh my god, this is getting annoying. Oh well, blast him back with a blast wave and says, oh well. Time to have some fun. Snaps his fingers. An unsuppressed Glock 9 appears, and he grabs a hold of it, looks at it, and goes, this is a very nice pistol. Fully loaded, too. Oh, well. And he shoots a bullet at Monoma. It hits him right in his kneecap. Monoma collapses and goes, oh, fuck, that was real? And Deku goes, of course it's real. I don't ever fake any of the things I do. He then goes and shoots Monoma in the head. Monoma collapsed, right? The other two girls are freaking out as Deku shoots Vine Girl in the hair, right? And he's about to shoot that girl who always smacks Monoma, right? When he just drops the gun and walks away. She doesn't know what to do, right? She looks over at Monoma. Monoma wakes up and he's like, wait, what? I thought, what's going on? What? Where am I? And Deku goes, you're at the training camp, dumbass. Monoma's like, wait, how am I still alive? You shot me. Deku goes, those weren't real bullets. Monoma goes, but then looks at his knee and realizes it's completely fine. He's like, what the fuck happened? Deku goes, oh, the gun was completely empty. When I shot you guys, I was using illusions. I gave you the illusion that you died, by the way. And they're like, what about our quirks? Deku goes, oh, thank God you guys reminded me. I almost forgot. Snaps his fingers and their quirks come back. And they're all still completely shit scared. And horrifyingly traumatized. They thought they just lost their quirks and then died. In a forest. Deku looks at him and says, I have a feeling I'm the one who scared you guys the most. Does this whole thing, does the thing that they're supposed to do when they scare someone. Then the villains attack. Right? So while Deku is just walking around trying to find more Class 1B to horrifyingly traumatize and scare, he comes across someone with black hair, and he's got staples all across him, right? With a guy in a black and white suit, right? And they're talking, and the guy in the black and white suit calls the other guy Dobby. And he says, alright, Dobby, go ahead and set this place ablaze. He's walking through a forest. He Not a single leaf crunches. Not a single twig breaks. Nothing even makes any noise when he walks up to him. Right, and so Dobby sets one of the trees on fire. He then steps back, right? And so him and Twice are shoulder to shoulder, right? Deku leans in, and he puts his head right in between their heads. Right in between, he goes, "What do you think you're doing?" And then turn around and look at Deku. But Deku's gone. Like, what the fuck? Deku then goes, "Behind you." They turn around again, he's gone. He goes, "You guys should watch your backs." They spin around, they can't find him. Like, "Where the fuck are you?" And Dobby's like, "Wait, he probably has an invisibility quirk. Let's just set him on fire." Torches the entire area. It's like, "Where are you?" Deku goes, "Right here," and taps Dobby on the shoulder. Dobby then goes around to do an elbow him in the face. Deku catches it, breaks Dobby's arm. Dobby goes, "Ah, fuck my and that's when Deku kicks his knee inwards, like from the side inwards. Dobby goes, "Ah, fuck," and that's when Deku grabs his head and slams it into a tree, knocking him out. Twice is nice to Deku, kind of nice, saying that he's a great hero, but then he goes, "You're a bad hero," and things like that. It makes Deku laugh and says, "You know what, you're actually kind of funny to talk to. I'm not gonna brutally knock you out." And just snaps his fingers, causing him Twice to pass out for about 3 hours. Deku's horn shrink, right? Training camp gets set ablaze and everything. Deku walks around and goes, "Where's that little kid at? I should probably go help him." Who knows what villains will be coming after him. So he snaps his fingers and he's like, his horn trick, and he goes, "There you are." Snaps his fingers again. He teleports right behind Muscular. And he goes, "Oh, fuck. Oh, that's so strange." And then Muscular's about to kill him, and that's when Deku reaches out and grabs hold of Muscular's shoulder and says, "Meathead, you're really not trying to fight a kid now, are you? That's very weak." And that's when Muscular comes around with the left hook, goes, "Wait, what the fuck?" Looks around, Deku goes, "Up here." He looks up to see Deku floating in the air, and he goes, so you have a flying quirk?" Deku goes, "No, not at all." And then Muscular is like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Actually, this is an illusion. I'm right behind you." Muscular turns around and see Deku hit him in the face, and he hits him in the face, right? And then right before he hits him in the face, he drops it down, hitting him in the chest, crushing his sternum, cracking all of his ribs, and then hitting him in the heart, causing him to die. But then he brings Muscular back to life. Muscular's like, "What the fuck did you do, kid? What the fuck?" Deku's like, "I killed you for a second. But, I can't become a hero if I murdered someone." "Well, I mean, I guess I can since I brought you back, didn't I?" So then Deku gets done with Muscular, right? Knocking him out. Then asks Kota, "Hey, Kota, are you alright?" Kota goes, "Thank you." Deku goes, "No problem, kid. Now, where's your mother and father?" Kota looks down and goes, "They're dead." Deku goes, "Oh, that's sad. Very sad. I'm sorry for you." Goes, "Oh, who's your caretaker?" And Kota says who, and Deku goes, "Alright, I'll bring you to her." Grabs a hold of Kota, snaps his fingers, Deku's horn shrinks slightly, and goes, there they are. Teleports there right behind him and goes, "Excuse me, ma'am." She turned and like, "Oh, it's just you." And says, "Here is Kota. I suggest you look after him this time and not let him wander off alone all in a goddamn forest all by himself." They're like, "Wait, what? Is this kid really just telling us how to fucking raise a kid?" Deku goes, I think I am." Like, "Wait, you can read our thoughts?" Deku goes, Yes, I can do a lot of things. Now, like I said, you shouldn't leave a small child to wander off in a forest all alone, all by himself. And especially when there's villains. You should really do a better job. As Deku teleports away. So, then the villains go after Bakugou because they seen just how pissed off Bakugou was at losing like that to Deku. And they also seen how pissed off Todoroki was at losing to Deku like that. Yeah, they probably want revenge on the little kid, huh? And they get Mr. Compress to go after him. So, they get a hold of him, right? And they're just about to get away. When Deku's like, you know what? I'll actually let him get away. Also, Deku helped out with Tokiyami, right? Because he stumbled across Tokiyami after Tokiyami actually. So, what happened with Tokiyami and Shoji was Tokiyami accidentally gave Shoji a deep cut, right? On his arm that was bleeding heavily. Got very infected. One of Shoji's arms. So Tokiyami's mad because he's lost control of Dark Shadow and that he feels horrible about hurting Shoji. Deku shows him and goes, my, what a mess this is. Tokiyami goes, Deku, leave, or you'll get hurt. Deku goes, no, I don't think I will get hurt. And then he snaps his fingers and a very bright light appears. And now this light, right, makes Dark Shadow, become under control, right? Tokiyami's like, what? Did you just... Deku goes, of course I did. I just helped you out. Tokiyami goes, really? Thanks, man. Deku goes, no, don't worry, it's fine. And then Tokiyami breaks down about how he hurt Shoji, right? And Deku goes, oh yeah, Shoji, come here. Shoji comes over there. Deku looks at his arm and says, if I don't hurry up and heal you, you could get a severe infection and might actually lose an arm. Tokiyami's like, what? Deku's like, but don't worry, I can easily fix this. Deku's horns get smaller as Shoji's arm gets completely fixed up, and she's like, wait, what happened? Deku goes, oh, I just healed you. Like, wait, you did what? Really? Deku goes, yes, of course. So Deku and whatever, and so they come across, Mr. Compress, right? And so Deku's like, no, they come across Mr. Compress taking Bakugou and Todoroki. Right? And then Mr. Compress compresses them, So then, Deku slowly starts. He's silently chasing Mr. Compress as he's floating through the air, keeping up perfectly speed with him, but also being completely silent as he's running in this suit through this forest. Not a single speck of dirt has touched his suit and stayed on. You could literally walk up to him and splash muddy and bloody water, and all the water would hit his shirt, roll right off without staining or leaving a single trace that it was there. Right, so Deku's just silently running. Nobody, Mr. Compress doesn't even know Deku's there. Right, and so Mr. Compress meets up with the rest of the villains, except for Dabi and twice, right? And they're like, where the hell are they? And like, who knows? Oh, well, let's go. And so everyone gets there, and they're about to stop them, right, Deku? And that's when they go through the portal, right? Totally catching just a glimpse of Deku, but thinking he's super cute. And Deku's like, oh well. So he steps out of the forest and goes, oh well. And they're like, what do you mean, oh well? And Deku goes, don't worry, I'm gonna go get them, of course. Wait, what? Really? Deku goes, yes, I already know where they are. And they're like, what? Really? We should go before the heroes. Deku goes, you do that. And throws him a thing. He throws him a GPS with their location. That's when Deku says, I'm gonna go after them. Like, you can't go by your set. And that's when Deku teleports away. Like, God fucking damn it. Deku is now a ways away from the bar, and he walks up. And right now inside they have Todoroki. I almost said Tokoroki. They have Todoroki and Bakugou in these quirk canceling handcuffs. And they're trying to convince them to become villains, right? And they're like, they're saying how they should become villains, how they're gonna be useless as heroes. And they say, so please, kid, be smart and join us. That's when the door opens up with the whole chime and everything. Deku walks in and goes, you know, I would have made a far better candidate for a villain than those two. They kind of look at Deku like, what the fuck? And then they look at Deku, right? And the reason why they didn't choose Deku was because they didn't think that they could even get a hold of Deku. Like, you. Deku goes, Tomura, my old pal. And they're Bakugou and Todoroki's eyes wide, and they're like, you know each other? Deku goes, yes, I shot him in the chest during the USJ. Right in the lungs, wasn't it, Tomura? And they're like, wait, you shot him? Deku goes, yeah. Block 9, suppressed, right through the chest, went straight into his heart. You should have seen it, it was absolutely hilarious. Him coughing up blood through that stupid little hand mask that he wears. And Todoroki goes, you fucking bastard. Deku goes, oh well. You sold me your soul in order for me to help save you. Like, you saved him? And Deku goes, well, I didn't want to be a murderer. I just wanted to teach him a lesson. And Deku goes, but really, those two? They're probably the most dedicated to become a goddamn hero. You should have picked me or Shinso. Yeah, Shinso's dedicated to becoming a hero, but he's also very fucking pissed off at me. But like, me? I'm the one who acts the most villainous. Are you guys stupid or something? Shigaraki goes, well, we didn't think that we could get you, but now that you're here, as Quirkins, they have an invisible villain there. It's a villain who can turn invisible for not 3 seconds, for 5 minutes at a time, currently. As they put quirk-canceling handcuffs on Deku and throw him to the ground. Deku goes, that wasn't very nice. Tries to stand up, and that's when Shigaraki puts his foot down on Deku's shoulder and shoves him down to the ground and says, shut up, you're beneath us. Deku goes, I don't think so. As he stands up, throwing Shigaraki off. And turns around, stares at invisible villain, dead in the eyes, smacks him over the head with the handcuffs, knocking him out, right, and goes, these cuffs are horrid. And just snaps the cuffs off, grabs a hold of the right cuff, twists it, snapping it, grabs hold of the left cuff, twisting it, snapping it. And then he goes, those are kind of useless when you can easily get out of them, you know, that Tomura. Shigaraki goes, but how do you even know my name, you brat? Wait, no. How the hell did you even get out of those handcuffs? Deku goes, it's very easy. You know this, right? Shigaraki's about to say something when Deku goes, oh, well, whatever. And picks up Shigaraki, throwing him into the rest of the villains. He then walks over to Deku and Todoroki and says, well, let's get you guys out of there. Axe kicks Todoroki's cuffs and just holds out his hands and breaks Bakugou's cuffs. And Bakugou says, I didn't need your help, you goddamn nerd. Deku goes, tough talk from someone like you. Bakugou says, what does that mean? Deku goes, looks at him, gets about an inch away from his face and goes, don't think I didn't know how you were scared of me. Bakugou's like, I was never scared of you. And Deku goes, oh, no. On the contrary, you were very scared of me. Terrified even. As All Might busts through the door to see him, Deku, how all the villains are up against the wall. Deku freed Todoroki, right? And Bakugou and All Might goes, young Midoriya? How'd you even beat me? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask how. And that's when the whole fucking building explodes. And then All For One appears. And then All For One walks at Deku, right? Walks towards Deku. Deku walks towards All For One. All For One says, young Izuku Midoriya. You know, back when you were in high school, you got quite a name for yourself. And Deku goes, oh yeah, what's that? And All For One says, a lot of people called you the devil. Not because you're evil, but how you trade souls. Like it doesn't matter. How their lives don't mean anything to you. Deku looks at him and says, what do you mean like they don't? All For One laughs and says, wow. You really aren't going to become a hero, are you? Deku goes, I'm kind of in a toss-up of it. I was really wanting to be one. Now I don't really know. All Might's like, kid, you know him? Deku goes, I've never met him in my life. Deku walks towards All For One. Closer to All For One. All For One walks closer. Right, and All For One says, you know what, kid? I'll make you a deal. And I'm going to say when All For One takes someone's quirk, it kind of like takes part of their soul. So All For One says, kid, I'll make you a deal. He says, if you can beat me in this fight, I will give you all the souls, aka all the quirks as well, that I have. Deku scans him and says, holy shit, that's a hell of a lot. And then he goes, except for the ones that keep me alive. And Deku goes, fair enough. He says, so what do you get if I lose? Deku says. All For One says, your quirk. Deku goes, alright. So, what are we doing? Cards, games, poker? I honestly prefer me did I just say cheap? Sorry. Some good old poker. You know? Because, it's always hard to win. When you go against when you're challenging the devil and he's the one dealing the cards. And as he laughs. And that's when he hears a scream of pain. As he turns around, he sees Bakugou collapsed over, holding his chest. And as he sees this, he sees a spike coming out of his chest. That's when the spike pulls itself out the back of Bakugou's chest, flies back at All For One and holds it. And then it comes back into All For One, right? And it hits All For One's arm and slowly melts back in and goes, so, Deku, will you accept my challenge? Deku goes, looks at him and he's scowling and goes, yes, I will. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This video was very rushed because I was very pissed off. I'm sorry about that. You can send me hate mail, hate comments. I will gladly enjoy it. Peace out.